It happened again.
Damn it.
In the middle of the night. Did it happen again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think whenever we go live, something ominous should happen. The first thing that happens is we're like, the dreams came back. No?
I have a recurring dream. And when I wake up from my recurring dream, I know that I have the flu. It is 100% accurate. Every time I have this dream, I have a fever.
What's the dream?
It's very abstract.
Quite literally.
It's like I'm being chased and murdered by shapes from a Mondrian painting.
Do you ever have the dream you wouldn't? Why?
Do you have the dream where my mom is really mad at you?
This does make no sense. It's equally abstract. I have a dream where everything's really big, but not in any contextual way. Like this, there's no relative sizes. It's just like, oh my God, everything is so big.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it means. And it's just since I was like a kid, and then I have to wake up and like assess the size of things.
You're just gonna keep a ruler on your headstand.
It's not like a precise measurement. I'm just like, yes, everything is returned to its normal size, and I'm gonna go back to sleep. What about you, Dan?
I don't really remember my dreams, like, ever.
You've never but like recurring, you have to.
I don't remember recurring dreams. I can't think of a single recurring dream right now.
But I'm sure you have like recurring nightmares of like.
Well,
I mean, you do review Android phones.
Oh,
yeah. That's the worst symbol sound. Nicola?
I never have the same dream twice.
What?
Absolutely not. Every dream I have, though, is a journey or a quest where I'm trying to get from somewhere to somewhere, and the entire dream is not being able to get there. And it can be as small as like trying to leave the house, but like I can't find things, or it can be like going through the forest with like 4 other people, and like we can't get to the other side.
I kind of knew you would drop the mic on that, and you did. Hello, and welcome to the Vergecast, a show about our dreams and hopes and wishes and fears, all relating in some way to technology. I'm Neil Patel, your friend, I think. I'm joined here by Dieter Bone.
Hello. I joined, and I will not be here for the next 2 weeks, so soak it in.
The ever humble Dieter Bone. Get a load of me. Dieter's getting married next week.
Yo.
It's like again.
Yeah.
Dieter got social media married.
Right.
And then
now it's the party.
Now I'm getting sick of married.
Yeah. But I'm going to be on at Dieter's wedding next week.
Dieter's second wedding.
Technically, it's
that's the
third,
hashtag, right?
You really
Dieter's
wanna
second wedding.
Get into it.
It's the party for Dieter's wedding.
No, there's actually a wedding.
Yeah.
And I will say this.
The only reason I had the first wedding is because I needed the papers because they wouldn't actually hold the ceremony without the papers.
Dieter's party wedding.
Right.
That's a terrible hashtag. Also, doesn't mention the bride.
No, it doesn't. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Actually, I can tell you what the hashtag was.
Dieter's Palm Pilot love story.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
It's good.
It's actually not bad.
It's good.
Not
Palm Pilot love story is also really good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, the hashtag, I made a joke. I was like, oh, we're on a beach. We're going to be like, just chilling out. Maybe it should be wedding and chill. And I thought it was just like a bad dad joke. But like it took off and now it's the hashtag.
There is no way no one else has done wedding.
I know.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I'm sure somebody has.
Oh, okay. You didn't look into it?
The less I look into it, the better.
Dieter's bride. Well, I mean, fiance wife. It's somewhere in the middle of those two things. Wife-once.
Lovely human, by the way.
Dieter's wife-once, Lisa, has specifically requested that I fly the rings down the aisle with a drone.
Yes.
So I took the Verge's Review Phantom home with me, and I'm going to have drone practice this weekend. It's a real situation.
I love consistency, and I love the consistency of this union. I love that there's going to be drone rings.
I mean,
everything's perfect.
I'm not making any promises with the drone rings. I'm saying I'm going to try. I'm also saying bride and groom might be horrifically injured by the time this is over. I'm just saying we're going to give it a shot.
Do you have to bring a drone on the airplane, or is it going to get there itself?
It's going to fly there all by itself.
Yeah, we're going to put it in follow me mode. We're going to tether some power off the Dreamliner battery.
A drone in follow me mode when you're on a supersonic jet, just like sadly like, I'm going to get there. There should be a movie about a sad lost drone trying to get home.
There should be a movie where we tie like 30 drones to Ben Popper and see if we can get him in the air.
Wait, did I tell you that I heard about a drone that I think is a good idea?
What's that?
My friend invented it. It's called Vibe Drone. and it goes to a bar or a party to check out what the vibe is and report back to you.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Vibe drone.
That would be
Can
awesome.
happen.
I'm totally into that. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I want to go to this bar. They're like,
But like, is it going to be?
are they playing the good music? Are they playing the crap music?
Yeah,
Is
or
it
like I'm
super
going to go to
crowded?
the parties.
Yeah, the last time a startup tried to do that, it turned into a horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a
misogynistic
surveillance nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
By the
has
way-
to
I
be-
mean, to be honest with you,
We have other people.
drunk.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even get through it. Dan Seifert's here.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I am here.
Dan is here because we're going to argue it. Well, no, I think we're going to heated agree about the Amazon Echo.
We're all very excited about the
Anyway, and Nicola has already made her presence known.
I'm here.
What's up, Nicola?
A lot is up. Just
Yeah?
tons. Yeah.
What's going on?
It's been a loaded week.
Yeah. You know, I realized we've had you on the show basically for 2 months now. You haven't checked anything.
What?
You've been in the hype seat. You've got the fern. Today, Nicola, I saw in our Slack room, hatched a plan to just slyly redecorate while Dieter and I are gone.
I'm thinking about themes. I really think anyone who doesn't watch the YouTube version is dumb. And everyone should watch the YouTube version.
no punch
and I'm gonna, I'll make
They're
it
in
worth-
their cars.
I know. I'm sorry. I'll make
know
it
what? You should
worth
just
your
watch
while
it
because I'm
instead
going
of
to start decorating the set different every week, and you're going to want to tune in and see what.
There's going to be a 10-minute pre-show where Nicola just does an audio narration of how she.
I just think this podcast needs more visuals. That's all.
Hype check your lack of hype checks.
The thing about the hype check, I've thought about it, is that that's really Sam Shepard's thing. It's not
man.
really me. I need my own thing.
All right. Well, she's at Nicola_Fumo, everybody. And if you can think of a thing for her to do consistently on the show that is as funny as hype checking,
You'll have like Neela and Dieter will be gone next week, so you'll have a good week to think about it and come up with something. When they
yeah, next week you should just prototype new things.
Like if lit weren't already if we weren't at the end of the curve of that peaking, like I need a new word.
Oh man, we're
Yeah,
post lit already.
Let's done.
Yeah.
It's gone dark.
All right, we got to get into
We
it.
actually got to talk about stuff.
We got to get into it.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of depressing things here.
I blame Dan.
Dan wrote a really
I got to say this
bad
list
topic
is
list.
real. It's a lot of downer stuff. On
Look,
this.
a lot of
Let's
stuff
start with-
happened.
Can we start with the Spotify thing?
No, that's the whole second half of the show.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot to talk about there.
if you are wondering if we were ever going to devote half an hour of the Vergecast to the Amazon Echo playing Spotify, today's your day.
I think half an hour is very conservative. It might be much longer than that.
yeah, everyone has a lot of thoughts.
Okay, save it. Save it for the podcast.
All right, let's start
I'm
with
currently
let's
on.
start with some news,
All right,
some real news,
let's hear it.
Hard news.
hard news. We have been told rumors confirmed by BuzzFeed News. It started with Mark Gurman.
Yeah,
Apple event,
March
March 15th.
15th.
The Ides of Apple.
Yeah, yes, in the middle of South by Southwest. I have
Johnny
to say.
Ives Sabs, Tim Cook.
Pulling up.
Ives of Apple.
The Ives of Apple.
Oh,
Think about it.
Well, good. I'm glad that someone has finally found their one fanfic dream. No, it's great. Someone somewhere is like already typing. They've already got the URL.
Johnny Ive in a toga, by the way. Just
You think it's going to be slash, but then it's murder porn. I don't know. The Ives of Apple. Like you think it's going to be some Johnny Ives.
That's true. I'm just imagining Johnny Ive
It's
in a
gonna be
toga. And it's
unapologetic.
like, it's really relaxed.
It's a trilogy called the Unapologetic Trilogy. The first one it's the Ives of Apple. The first one's called Unapologetic. Dan Seifert's Unapologetic Trilogy.
Oh man.
You got
All
it.
right,
It's
so
a YA.
we have at this event new watch bands.
Woo.
I don't even.
So the new
Right.
watch bands are supposedly like going to be a black Milanese loop, some other colors. There's rumors that there's different Hermes colors. Hermes. Thank you.
Wow.
I've checked that pronunciation right there.
I have.
It's
cannot-
it's uncheckable. 'Cause it's so bad.
Can you even?
Oh, there's a good one.
Nope, that's not going to be good. All right, so new watch bands, including some new designer ones.
Yeah.
Which is whatever.
Sure.
Like
thrilling.
leaking
They're
new watch
just
bands.
trying to juice these like not sales that aren't happening.
No, they said
make it more
they had
interesting.
a big town hall today, and Gurman leaked that apparently the watch is doing fine.
Right. Yes. Of course.
But like,
I mean, like, it's
I think
your
they need to
perspective,
talk
right?
about the watch at every event. That's my.
Well,
that's
yeah.
actually my belief.
I mean, like they are the world's biggest watchmaker now, so that's like a really big thing. But like in the terms of like Apple's business, the watch is still a very small thing because Apple's businesses are just so.
there's some rumors that they'll do some software tweaks.
Yeah.
They'll add another complication to the face, right? Well, presumably there's gonna be a whole second one later in the year. Anyway,
Yeah.
So new watch bands. So they
Yep.
talk about watch.
Right.
Then new iPad Air 3.
Which I'm super excited about.
Yeah. I just bought an iPad Air 2 like a month ago after I went on my saga of trying to pick a tablet that represented the future of computing, and I gave up.
Yeah, that was a
Gave
real
up
saga.
and got an iPad.
And now I like they're gonna release a new iPad.
Here's
right
what I
after
want
bought
from
mine.
the Air 3.
So I'm thinking
Only
I'm
thing
gonna
I want.
give it away and buy
Let's see.
a new one.
The only thing I want is pencil support.
Yeah.
I
that'd
want
be good.
pencil support, and I want to be able to take notes on it.
Yep.
And
I don't
if
think
it
you're
doesn't
gonna
have
get
that,
it.
I will be very upset.
I don't think you're gonna get
I
it.
really want pencil support. I also, and this is gonna sound crazy, I want 3D touch on it because
I don't think you're gonna get that either.
the whole point of 3D touch is to like make it more like a
So,
computer.
so what could they do if they don't add pencil support and they don't add 3D touch?
they're gonna
what
add
could
the,
they
they're gonna
do?
add the little jibber jabbers on the bottom to
Right.
plug a keyboard
That
into
port.
it,
Okay.
Yeah.
and a
And-
flash,
So this is
Okay,
gonna-
I'll give
so
you
this is gonna
better
be the
odds.
iPad 4 to the iPad 3.
I'll give you better odds on the pencil than I would on 3D.
3D touch.
Yeah, I think
that's
so,
probably
too.
right.
I mean, like, I don't know. I'd be surprised if
they gotta add pencil support. They gotta.
Nah. I mean, it is the feature of the iPad Pro.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You gotta
they haven't
give
done
the
anything
Pro a
else
year.
yet.
You can't be like, artist, you can draw on it now, and then now there's a cheaper one. Like, it's
Right.
like you gotta give
right.
that one some.
That's
Well, I would say yes, except for the fact that the Pro doesn't come with the pencil, and they are sold separately, and they're separate leaks. Like the window is there for them to sell other products that can use the pencil.
Yeah, I'm saying I'll give you better odds on the pencil. I don't think you're gonna get 3D touch.
Oh man, then I'm happy with my iPad Air 2. Straight up.
I love my
It'll be
iPad too.
faster.
I use
I
it
mean,
every day.
the Air 2 is like a great tablet. Like that's what I mean. Like if they don't do the pencil and they don't do 3D touch, is the only thing really going to be the connector for the keyboard? Like that's not a super exciting update.
The iPad
Yeah,
Air 2 is
speakers on
a
sides.
perfect morning computer. It's a perfect like wake up. What's going on? Use the iPad Air 2.
Yeah.
The only problem with it is like the morning is the only time my cat doesn't want to murder me, and so I'll wake up, walk into the living room, and the cat like, oh hey, I like you today. I'm like, oh, crap. You don't know how to adjust the cat in the iPad. It's rough. My life is rough.
I feel
Did-
like saying like morning computer is the equivalent of being like the best like morning pajamas versus
Yeah.
night pajamas, as if like you were
Wait,
gonna
what?
like it sounds like an absurd. It's a very absurd thing. Like the
No.
idea of like
Well,
at this
I
feeling
mean, like-
time, I want this.
but
At
that's,
this
not
feeling
that's
absurd.
true
time-
though. Like I mean, our life is surrounded by computers. Like this is not the only computer in our lives. Like this is a computer. This is a computer. A tablet's a computer. A refrigerator's a computer.
Dan, by the way, for the podcast listeners, Dan just literally pointed at everything. He pointed at his wrist. He pointed at his face. He pointed at the desk.
He almost pointed at the beer. He
Pretty
like came
sure-
really. He's like, this is a computer.
At
I
some
think."
point, he pointed at his crotch, and I don't know what that means at all.
It was the belt.
Wait, what computer do you use in the morning? It's your phone, right?
Yeah, my
So it's-
phone
it's
is
still a
my
computer.
morning computer. I guess.
Right, but so many years ago, my morning computer was my laptop. I'd like
yeah.
haul it over.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm computing in the morning.
Although I had a new morning computer experience today,
Yeah.
because it was my first morning waking up wearing a smartwatch,
Well, you did.
wore it
Which
to
one?
bed.
and it
Wow.
felt so
Oh, you got the Pebble Time
weird.
round.
Yes.
It's great.
Oh, that's
right?
really good.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I like
Yeah.
it so much. I like it so much more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
Really?
Bum bum bum.
And this is amazing. The best thing in the world is that the first notification I got after I like charged it and put it on was that Dan had like tweet replied to me about Kanye West. And I was like, yeah, this is the best. Everything is here on this right now. But it's amazing because like I was at a bar last night and I was like seeing Kanye's tweets, like telling my friend like, oh, Kanye just said this,
Oh my
right?
God.
So the only thing that it could do that,
By the way-
like would be better would be let you like those tweets from your wrist, right? Like
Yeah, because the thing is, and then I had
Wait,
to
you
write
can't do
Dan
that?
back on a computer.
on the iPhone, can you? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
What if it had no features except for showing you in real time Kanye's Twitter feed?
It'd be like a peak you wear on your
I
wrist.
love that
only
as an art
goes
project.
to
I think that would sell
Kanye's
well.
Twitter feed.
Like just to watch that all it does was show you
Yeah.
Kanye's
Kanye
Twitter.
tweets?
And you know, he kept deleting them and reposting them, but I kept seeing them.
Yeah.
You know? Like I was beating Kanye.
Did you see the Rolling Stone cover?
Of course.
I mean,
Trolling Stone.
Yeah, he.
That's
No, I-
his
I-
own
I
hashtag.
didn't
Rolling
get,
Stone.
I didn't
He
get that
wrote
far.
that.
I didn't get that
So
far.
there's a backstory to that because Rolling Stone wrote an
Well, actually,
article,
like,
published an article.
for our do the whole thing because they won't know.
So-
Nerds who listen.
They published an article because Kanye's got his new album coming out called Waves. Rolling Stone published an article yesterday saying it might not be good, might be the first bad Kanye album. So Kanye did a little trolling Stone on Twitter with a fake Rolling Stone cover.
Yeah, he shot a fake Rolling Stone cover photo.
Who was it that shot it?
Tyler, the creator.
Yeah, and then put like the logo over it. And I was like, "Here's my new cover."
And
then
it was a really bad photo, just like a
No.
like
yeah, it was, but it was like bad in the way that like Rolling Stone would intentionally make it bad.
Right,
Like if your
Like it was
magazine,
overexposed.
yeah, it was like it was intentionally that thing.
right.
And then like literally other music magazines had to be like, this isn't a real Rolling Stone cover. And then he started adding Billboard.
Rolling Stone tweeted,
Well, yeah.
like, this isn't real.
But then he like added Billboard, and he was like, at Billboard. How is this not real? Did you not see it? Does it not exist? It's like, what the fuck?
So good.
Kanye Twitter in the past week has just been like the most entertaining thing. He's flip-flopped from pure insanity to like humble yay, where he's like, wait a minute, it's not the greatest ever. It's just really, really, really great.
How is this not real?
Rolling Stone.
Did you not see? It's like and he's like, it's just random. I don't know. I just want to do a series of real people using Twitter. Like, I would love to take a photo of Donald Trump with an Android phone, because he uses Android. It's all Twitter for Android.
He's a Samsung, actually.
Like, tweeting. Like, what a weird... Or, like, a picture of Kanye just, like, busting out the iPhone and being like, at Billboard.
You know, I think that's a lot
Like,
better
that's
in
crazy...
your mind than it is in reality.
No, I just I have this
just
whole
a guy
theory.
with a phone. I don't know.
No,
Eli,
I have this whole theory
Celebrities
about...
are people, too.
But, like, all the people are using this one crappy social network. No, I have this whole theory about how media has changed, because we all use the same tools to, like, communicate.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, it's still phones, right? Like, the president taking a selfie is, like, still using the same camera as you are, when, like, he also has access to, like, broadcast cameras. But, like, we've chosen...
You could wear the same fitness tracker as the president of the United States for, like,
Yeah.
$250.
I saw this great
What does he wear?
He wears a Fitbit.
Surge. He wears the watch.
The big ugly Fitbit.
He wears the Surge.
Yeah.
That was part of my week too. Fitbit.
There was a whole...
yeah.
we should talk about the Alta. But
We should talk.
there's a whole hashtag on Twitter that was like Ted Cruz 2 watches, because everyone thinks he's wearing 2 watches, but it's a Surge.
Right.
Yeah, it's another Fitbit.
Yeah. Presidential candidates.
Wow, they've really
those Fitbits.
cornered
So
the market.
Cornered
Fitbits.
the politician market.
The third thing at the Apple event is the iPhone 5 SE.
Yeah.
Which I have literally nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm in the same place. Like, I do not understand the move with this.
So I'm like back in the world of being a 2-phone guy.
Yeah.
I got 2 phones that I carry around, an iPhone and Android.
Morning computer.
Morning computer.
2 phones.
It's more like right-hand computer and left-hand computer.
Dieter's got like, I got a morning computer, I got 2 phones, I got a not computer. What do you want from me?
So I'm tempted. I'm
don't know why
tempted
he
by
has
the
that
little
accent.
little guy. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, I see.
Thinking about getting a little phone.
Yeah.
Be my party phone.
Yeah. Your iMessage
Oh
phone.
yeah,
Yeah,
your
a party guy.
phone.
God, it'd be my iMessage phone.
That's what it'll be. It's your iMessage phone. That's
Dieter,
why you have
party
2
phone.
phones.
I'm not turning iMessage back on.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I know.
Do it.
God damn it.
Everybody wants you to do it.
I hate everybody.
So that's the Apple stuff. I will say Walt wrote a thing this week.
Very
which
good thing.
We extensively discussed in a podcast yesterday. So if you want to hear 45 minutes of 2 people talking about Apple's declining software quality, I encourage you to listen to Control Alt Delete, because Walt gets into it.
I think it's up
Right.
right now. So
It's up. It went up.
you don't stop listening to this.
Well,
when you're done.
Listen to them both at the same time.
The other thing
And the YouTube, because
Walt's
you're an
thing.
idiot if you're not listening to the YouTube, apparently.
The other thing about Walt's thing is, it like set off a series of posts from a bunch of like Apple bloggers,
Yeah,
like John Gruber and Jim Dalrymple, and literally everybody's like, "Yep."
Yeah, it was a lot of head nodding.
Nobody's
A lot
like,
of
"No, it's fine, it's great." Everybody's like, "Yeah, it's
Sliding.
yeah."
So, Walt, here's what I'll ask the same question I asked Walt yesterday.
All right.
And then we'll move on to the next
Okay.
one. And it's a hard question to answer, but
Does your new Apple TV crash all the time, Dieter? The answer is yes.
so there's that.
Okay.
There used to be a guy at Apple who would like use every product and say, this sucks, change it if it sucked.
Yeah.
Who do you think that person is now? Is it Tim Cook? Is it Johnny Ive? Is it, right, who's the person who has the power to say,
Federighi.
right, maybe. But like, I think that's the problem. Like, Steve Jobs like use it and he'd be like, there's too many fucking buttons here. Or like, he'd be like, this isn't brushed leather enough or whatever the hell. And then he would like throw it back in the ocean. Right. Right. And like whatever his taste was, whether it was good or bad or whatever, it was the taste of the company.
Yeah.
And now that's clearly, they're counting on like a committee and like the institutional memory of Apple to preserve those standards.
It's unique to the software side of things too. Like, I don't think they really have the hard problems with their hardware design, and they're like, I mean, I guess the watch would be the best example where it has a bunch of different ways to interact with it. That's kind of weird and confusing. But the phone is really good. The tablets are really good. The laptops are really good. The core products that people actually buy are really good. But it's like a different story on the software side. The core products, Mail, Safari, iMessage, like iCloud, like all of these have pretty big flaws for a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's like, that's the thing. Like, it is the question that they didn't want to answer when he like died, and for good reason. Like he had a 100,000 person company around him, and like clearly they knew what to do. But it's many years later. There's been some turnover. They have some new management in place. Like Forstall's gone. They've shuffled the decks. They've added all these fashion people. Like it's just a different. Johnny Ive is like literally like designing spaceships and cars and VR helmets apparently. Like,
and he's wearing a toga the entire time. It's super weird.
That'd be amazing.
It's a linen toga.
Like 1,000 years from now, they'll be like, the ancient Californians. They knew the spaceships were coming, and it's like they're drawing Ive in a toga because they didn't know any better.
But he's so gentle. Can't you imagine him in a toga? Like, isn't that like an ancient Roman senator? I really feel like
Wait, ancient Roman senators weren't gentle.
Yeah, they were.
They weren't
stabbing
like
each other.
Spirit of knowledge of Roman history. The Senate
From
was
watching HBO's Rome 5 years ago.
look. It was a good show.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, I don't think. Look, all I'm saying is based on I'm just saying. I thought my impression of the Senate is that is where the world's finest minds debated the future of democracy. I don't know. Who knows?
All right, talking about debates.
Yeah.
You debated Nilay for a long time what computer to buy your mom, and you bought her a Chromebook, and you wrote about it.
Did I talk about it on this show?
A little bit. You have, yeah.
Okay. I did. So I bought my mom a Chromebook.
You
it's
wrote
a month
that.
later.
It's great.
I will say that I apparently threw the company of Citrix into a frenzy because I said that shit didn't work. So that's something. So my poor mom is being accosted by Citrix reps, which is great. But no, I didn't buy her a Mac.
Yeah,
And
or an iPad. I think that was the other thing that surprised people. Was
she
that
has
you
an
didn't buy
iPad. She didn't want one. She wanted a computer. Like,
Right.
She wanted a keyboard and she wanted a laptop. She wanted the form factor. She wanted a big screen. And she wanted a real browser. Those are like the things that she wanted. And the iPad just wasn't getting it done for her. She has an iPad Air too. So she likes it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She has an iPhone. She loves this thing. But I told Dieter the story like on Christmas Day because it was so incredible. My mom like loves Steve Jobs. Like,
Where did she grow that? Why?
I don't know. She loves her iPhone. Like the iPhone democratized commuting for her. She like loves it.
Loving Steve Jobs isn't like a mold.
No, but like, how did she like
grow
arrive
it.
at that? Like,
She-
my mom doesn't know or care about that. How did
I don't know.
how does your mom?
I don't know. She just does. She's like, I have my career. She's like vaguely interested in technology. She's like a gadget nerd who's bad at gadgets. It's like the greatest. So like I bought her an Echo too. She like loves the Amazon Echo, but she always wants the new thing. So it's great. And she likes things that are sleek and minimal and like. So she had an iPhone and we bought her an iMac and she like loves Apple stuff and you know she's a person who like doesn't know why they're in an Apple store because they already own every product in there and then they leave. Like she does that. So I bought her this Chromebook and I was like, I didn't buy you a Mac. And she like opens the box and she just like stares at the box. She's like, but I want to be loyal to Steve Jobs. It was a crazy, crazy moment. And my sister and I like, my sister just looks at me and she's like, you knew this was going to happen. And I was like, you just got to try it. Like, just trust me on this. And she's like, why? I want to support his company. Like, it was like a moment, like a hard moment. It was crazy. So like later on, like open the box, like she looks at it. She's like, it is very pretty. I gave her like the old soft shoe. I was like, it's Google's computer. Only like 10 people have them because only Google executives have, you know, like the whole thing. And she's like, well, that's kind of cool. And then she like played with it. And like the second she touched the screen, it was all over. She's like, I love this. She like touched the screen and she's like browse the web. It's like somewhere between an iPad and a laptop. She like loves it.
So you did a good job.
Did a good job. And she's like, she uses the hell out of it. She uses it more than her iPad. She uses it almost as much as her phone. So like, I think that's really something because this conversation about Apple's software quality is linked in my mind to how complex it's getting and how many services they're trying to layer onto the Apple experience because they're just always begging. Like, I think El Cap is like needy software.
So
Like you start up a new El Capitan computer and it's like, welcome to iCloud. Try this music thing. put your photos here. It's like always telling you to do something. You
Well,
set up a Chromebook, it just doesn't do anything.
Apple needs to figure that out because like Dan wrote the story, have we reached peak iPhone or not, right? In the Apple earnings, and everybody's like, oh my God. And like they made the most money of any company ever in history. Everything is horrible. They're going to die. But it seems really clear. And actually this town hall thing that Gurman has the inside story on, they're talking about maybe moving more services to Android.
Yeah.
I miss it. Anyway, so Apple needs to move from like just making all of its money off of selling ever more iPhones to making its money off of the iPhones that are already out there, right? They need to like Google makes its money off of ads, Amazon does what it does, and so now Apple needs its thing to like start squeezing more money out of the phones that are already out there, and they need to figure that out because right now the stuff that they're doing isn't as good as it needs to be to really take off.
Right. And like, so this combination of it's getting more complicated and the software quality is maybe dipping is like danger zone.
Bad mix.
Yeah.
Right. That's a terrible mix. And like, I don't think a Chromebook is for everybody.
Right.
But if you are just,
It's a good morning computer.
No,
My
it's not bad.
my wife used the Chromebook for 2 years.
Yeah. I mean,
It's her home computer.
I think I could use it. I mean, I used my mom's for a bunch of time and I was like, I could probably get away with this.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff I can't do, but you know, what's that thing where you just throw everything away and you're tidying?
Oh,
Do you know
you
what I'm
hold the
talking
thing and does this give me joy?
Does it give you joy?
And then you chuck it if it doesn't.
Yeah.
You
I literally
throw it.
threw away shirts last week with the Does It Give Me Joy method.
No, you did not.
Most of my
Marie
shirts.
Kondo, yeah.
Marie Kondo, KonMari, that's what it
KonMari,
is.
there
Yeah.
it is.
No, I was like, I literally stood in my closet and like held up the shirt and I was like, this shirt does not give me joy, and I threw it on the bed.
Wow.
And then Becky looped through and was like, I like you in the shirt.
That's great.
It might give you joy, but
You know, and then
Yeah,
and then
okay.
she threw away a bunch of shirts, and I was like, "But I like the shirt." And we like went in a circle for a while, and ended up throwing away a lot of shirts because
Huh.
like, you know what, doesn't give me joy. That's me in software right now. Like,
Wow.
I was like, I could use this computer because I'm surrounded by junk, like this Twitter app that I'm staring at on my computer right now.
garbage.
Garbage, but I'm not using Twitter on the web because I'd rather use an app and it's
Yeah.
still here. So I'm using this garbage experience. If I had a Chromebook, I just have to use that.
Yeah. So I had to get a
Ta-da.
new computer.
Sorry.
What?
I was bopping along. I had to finish the meter.
I didn't
Did
do
he drop?
anything.
No, I just did that, and then Nicholas.
We need to give you a hype check replacement. I'm really.
You got to get there.
I'm thinking about it.
All right.
I had to replace my Mac.
Yeah.
For a whole thing that's on the Verge.com, but I didn't restore my old stuff. I like started fresh, and I've got maybe like a quarter of the apps that I had on my last computer here, and it's fine.
Yeah. See,
It's totally
you
fine.
can just throw a bunch of shit away.
Yeah.
Does it bring me joy? We should do a thing where we KonMari the apps on an average computer at the Verge,
Ooh.
Wow.
and we
Yeah.
just like go through it. We're like, does this? I mean, let's just do it right now. What's on this piece?
This is super compelling.
This is super compelling radio.
content.
Now I'm just going to start reading the names of apps because it's like, what has been on here? Airfoil speakers. What, that app doesn't even work anymore. App Store, get out of my face.
I do.
Automator.
Oh man, I just deleted Boxy. It feels really good.
Use the Boxy app. Actually, some of these are really good apps.
Yeah.
What's bringing you joy?
What's bringing me joy?
Name 2 apps that bring you joy.
Alfred brings me joy, and
Go to Assist Customer version 758 does not bring me joy.
What the hell is
No.
that?
the fuck?
that's got to be a GoToMeeting thing.
Yeah, GoToMeeting in a folder with 12 copies of GoToMeeting in it.
Yeah, 12
doesn't bring
GoToMeeting.
me joy.
You know what doesn't give me joy is
God,
Launchpad.
I bet GoToMeeting
on
is our
El Capitan.
advertiser today.
Try and move an icon into a folder. Like, just look at what I'm doing. Like the folder's
you
here on the
can't.
right hand
It's the
side,
radio.
and it.
It's the radio.
Dieter.
Here's what it looks like on Dieter's computer. Like
fact
Pepe
that-
Le Pew
all I
is
wanna
chasing the
say
cat
is-
around.
Is the fact that Dieter says that he has a quarter of the apps on his computer is pretty stunning because Dieter is the king of I can't believe you're not using this
Yep.
insert utility
Yep.
to get something done. So I think that says something.
I guess I actually have a really good and well curated list of apps on this computer. I gotta say, I'm good at computers.
You know what gives me the most joy in my computer? is
That's what I'm
computer
saying here.
I got Pewter's Putin.
All right, I'm gonna read the thing,
Yeah,
and we should talk about the Echo, and then we should have a lightning round with a bunch of this stuff.
that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
How's that?
You know what I miss is Alf.
Oh my God, you're doing this?
No, I think you're doing this.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing it. I just can't. Sorry. Andrew wrote us an ad copy. But sorry. Andrew, if you want to read the Alf story, I'm going to make you do it.
This week's episode of the Vergecast is brought to you by Squarespace.
So you're going to read the Alf story.
Squarespace makes it easy to build beautiful websites without breaking a sweat. You know, back in Andrew's prime,
We need music over this.
he used to run a blog about the crossover misadventures of Steve Urkel and the puppet Alf. Alf is a puppet, by the way, not a Muppet. That's a specific trademark term.
I'm just saying, is there music
Like,
over this right now? 'Cause there
Alf
should be
would go
music.
under disguise to check out a science conference or something, and he'd run into Steve. And Steve, whose friends, by the way, call him Urkel, would later learn that Alf is actually an alien from another planet, and eventually helps repair Alf's spaceship so that he can return to the planet Melmac.
Where they
Once
started
thought-
a website on Squarespace is really the point, the thing that we're missing from the ad right now. Okay.
The show really writes itself, is the bottom line. But it was really hard to keep up with all these misadventures and put them on Andrew's website. And if he had had Squarespace back then, it would have just come in really handy. He would have been able to make the adventures of Alf and Urkel.
We got there.
Way better.
I'm not saying we got there on time or in a logical fashion.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, Squarespace makes websites that look professionally designed regardless of your skill level, and there's no coding required. And you could even eat a cat while you're using Squarespace to make the website. Not only does Squarespace provide you with intuitive and easy-to-use tools to create your website,
Did we just slide through?
it also
Alf
has
Eats Cats?
state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability. And you can trust in Squarespace to build your website when millions of other people and some of the most respected brands in the world trust in them too. Also, you can get a free domain if you sign up for a year. I wonder if Alf Meets Urkel is taken yet. AlfMeetsUrkel.com. Look it up.
I mean,
Seriously,
I've never seen Alf.
you cannot beat the ease and simplicity of Squarespace. It gives you 24/7 online support and a beautiful website. So what are you waiting for?
Yeah, that's the new tagline.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it for you?
No, Andrew had a joke in here that I just can't pull off. You can start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code VERGE to get 10% off of your first purchase and show your support for the Vergecast. We thank Squarespace for their support of the Vergecast. It's Squircle.
The
You gotta say it.
Squarecast.
Squarespace. You should. Is somebody going to drop a "did I do that"?
No.
No?
But I will say that last Andrew joke. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
All right. I think the audience should vote on whether we do the Alf story ever again. Because I don't know what happened there. But please,
Actually, it was a really good story.
please, God, sign up for Squarespace.
I got a thumbs up from our producer, Andrew,
There we go.
just now.
I'm just saying, if you don't sign up for Squarespace, Andrew's dead. I don't know what that means. What? There was that old magazine cover.
What?
If you don't buy this magazine, we'll shoot this dog. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? There's this famous, I think it was Mad Magazine, and they put a picture of a puppy on the cover with a gun. And the headline was, if you don't buy this.
How mean.
It's a terrible concept.
It was the 70s. It was back when there was shows on TV with aliens eating cats.
That
Who
was
kn-
the 80s.
That was whatever. I'm tired of this. Let's talk about GoPro for 5 seconds.
GoPro?
Yeah.
Womp womp. I'm
They're
done.
in the hurt locker this year.
Yeah.
They're going to have a rough year.
Yeah.
Because
They basically
GoPro
said
makes
so,
a niche product that is actually very cool and fun to watch from the outside, but nobody really wants or buys unless you participate in those niche activities.
Right.
And so they are kind of coming on the reckoning of that.
Right. There's enough GoPros in the world.
Yes.
And you can't, the people who have GoPros aren't like, I wish this GoPro was better quality.
Well, the quality's gotten better. I think they wish that they had better battery life. That would be the big thing that maybe would get people to upgrade their GoPros. But once you have like 3 or 4 GoPros and you're snowboarding down a mountain, how many more GoPros are you going to buy?
The GoPro story. Have we put up a headline that's called Enough GoPros?
enough GoPros already.
And it's just a chart of like,
Well, I think
GoPro hitting the amount of GoPros that's enough GoPros. And then
GoPro knows it. Like they said that they are going to only sell like 3 this year. Like they're cutting down their product line a lot.
There's
so.
3 total. There's just
Yeah,
three,
just
there's
3.
just 3 bros on skateboards that don't have one
What
yet.
about not enough GoPros? Huh? Too few GoPros. All right, let's get in the Echo.
Echo.
No,
All right, so I just want to say I
So the
looked
news
up
is
I just want to say in the past, like since the middle of January, we've written about the Echo at least half a dozen times
Yep.
in terms of getting new features and capabilities and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they're all like really fun stuff. Some of it's super silly. This week you can order a Domino's pizza with it
Yeah.
by yelling, "Order me a pizza." It's more complicated than that.
Alexa, order me a pizza.
Yeah, you actually
Doesn't
have to
work.
like say this crazy convoluted thing to get
Oh,
the pizza
really?
thing to work. It's kind of dumb.
All right.
Hey,
But
Siri.
today, the big exciting news.
Okay, Google.
Alexa, put 60 pounds of cheese on my shopping list. Today, the big news is that you can now stream Spotify music to it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is like super exciting.
I'm
Which-
thrilled by this.
I'm switching to Spotify
Oh boy.
Really?
From what?
from Google Play Music.
Oh,
okay.
God. Oh, the haters are coming for you. It's Dieter this week, boys. Get him. I haven't said a word. No, this is like the missing link.
Right. This is the thing that will get me
Right?
to listen to music on my Echo, which I've had for, I don't know, almost a year now. And yeah, it supports Pandora, which I don't use, and it supports Amazon Prime Music, which has like nothing to listen to. So, and I don't want to ever use it as a Bluetooth speaker because there's a bunch of pain in the neck headaches with that.
Yeah.
But now I can say, Alexa, play Spotify, and it literally picks up the song that I was listening to on my phone last, where it was stopped, and just resumes it.
Do you want to
It's
hear a story
awesome.
about this?
Oh, this is the best story
This is a very good story.
So
ever.
we have an Echo in the office, and I came in the office this morning and we were doing something with it. And I couldn't
It's very mysterious, Neeli.
what to find out on Friday. So I was doing something with it, and I couldn't get any of the music to work. And I was like screwing with my phone, screwing with the app. We like took it off the Vox network here, the corporate network. We put it on Jetpack, and finally got it to work. Whatever, it's all done. Hours and hours later, I get a call from my wife, and she's like, "Are you at the office?" I was like, "Of course I'm at the office." Well, I just got a really weird call from the cleaning lady, and I don't know what's going on. I was like, "Are you okay? Is she okay?" Like, she's like, "You're definitely not at home." And I was like, panicked. She's like, "I'll call you back." I was like, "Someone's in our house. We're getting robbed." And she texts me, and she's like, "The cleaning lady just sent me this text, and all it says was, the music is blasting, and Neeli won't answer the door." And like, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" I have no idea. And like in mid-text reply, I was like, "Oh shit." When I was screwing with the Office Echo this morning, I had selected the wrong one, and I turned on the Echo at home, and I like looked, and it has just been playing Usher for like 7 hours. Just like at top volume, and the cleaning lady's like knocking on the door, and it's just blasting Usher.
Wow.
I want one of these only to listen to Usher for 7 hours.
Well, no one was listening.
No, I'll be there.
If Usher plays at an empty home, does anybody get it on? Anyways, I had,
Actually, the
I had
app.
to call Becky back, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. I know what happened." I turned on it was just blasting.
Did I tell
Anyway.
the story? Like the Amazon Echo app is the perfect troll machine. So I was yelling at the Echo, getting it to play music, and it would stop, and I'd tell it to play again, and then I was like, "Okay, stop," and then it would start playing on its own. I couldn't figure out what's going on. My fiance wife was in the next room listening to me yell
I believe it.
at the Echo, and then just had the app open, and every time I told it to do something, she'd like hit a button and make it do something else
Oh, that's
for like a
awful.
half an hour.
Oh, that's
Do you
awful.
go to
Losing
other
my
people's
mind.
houses and add things to their shopping list?
Yes.
Or order things from Amazon on their Echo?
Trey this morning tried to order an Echo for my Echo. It's meta. All right, why are you so excited about Spotify? It did not work.
What are you kidding me? Like, why? That's the best. That
Yeah?
would be the best to be like doing stuff and be like, okay, play the thing, and then it just does,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not have to touch anything. It'd be great.
Yeah, there's something. I mean, I think we have all been talking about the Echo. I think Amazon. I think this was an accident that they made what I think
They
is
had no idea.
the most compelling product.
I want to give them a little more credit than that because they had to build the infrastructure to make this work, and they kind of had to have an idea of where they
didn't.
wanted it to go.
The infrastructure is not that hard.
Dieter is super.
Well, no,
You
no,
ready?
maybe the infrastructure is not that hard.
wait.
but the
Professor
the-
Bones'
the-
class is in session.
the,
about
the voice recognition side of things is.
Yes.
And like, so they
You're
had
true.
to build
Yeah.
that, and they had to build the hardware to make the microphones work really well and really quickly, and
Yep.
then the processing to make it understand you when you mumble something across the room. So like that stuff is really hard. And
How
they
much
did
of that processing happens locally?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a good question. But they had to figure it out whether they do it locally or they do it on S3 or their cloud service or whatever.
But all the stuff that they've been able to make it do is really
Oh,
easy.
by the way, they do it in the cloud. Do you know how I know they do it in the cloud? Because everything that you say to it gets recorded, and you can play it back from your phone.
There you go.
Which is
Did you know
super
that you
weird.
can do that with OK Google? You can. There's a website that you can go
Yeah.
to that will play back everything you've asked Google on your Android phone. Yeah.
There's a website where I clearly sound like an insane criminal. just a completely insane criminal.
Just to be clear, it's not a like random website. It's a Google website that you log into and access to your account.
Yeah,
That's
and
like,
it's the one that like it's the one that they will subpoena first. Sir, we need your password.
Why did you ask the age of Nick Jonas 47 times in a row?
Can you kill someone with jalapenos? Conveniently timed question. No, I never. By the way, have never asked that. Never.
Which one?
Have you ever
Just
killed someone with
did.
jalapenos?
I just want to like.
Hey Siri, can you kill someone with jalapenos?
Alexa, order me a pound of jalapenos.
All right. Alexa, order me enough jalapenos to kill.
Okay, Google, turn off my Wi-Fi.
Oh, this is how we lose all of our listeners.
This is the worst. Okay, Google, turn off my Wi-Fi. Some evil shit. That is some evil shit.
So, anyways, back to the Echo. So this is what I use the Echo for in my house. I have it on my nightstand. I use it as my alarm clock. So I say, Alexa, wake me up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, and it says do okay. And then when it goes off, I say, Alexa, snooze, and it snoozes for 10 minutes, and then Alexa, dismiss when I actually get out of bed. And then I also use it to turn the lights on and off in my bedroom. But like you can do a million other things with it. Like I know other people use it for other things. The thing that I'm super excited about, and I probably won't ever actually use this, but I just like the idea that I can like be walking home. I have headphones on, listening to music on my phone, pause it, open the door, and say, Alexa, play Spotify, and it picks up where it left off in my headphones. Like that is like some future shit right there.
Yeah.
And like that is like really cool. And
But I'm
exciting
saying,
to me.
I think they accidented into this. I think they built Alexa for their Fire Phone. The Fire Phone was because you need it to be competitive if you're making a phone.
Yeah.
Right.
That thing was a huge flop.
The Alexa never made it to the Fire Phone.
Right. I think, but they had to start building it to get it on the phone. That thing was a massive flop. They had all of it ready to go, and like someone was like, "Well, I'll put it on a speaker," and then they engineered the voice recognition because that's cool.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, it did not have any of these capabilities.
Right.
No.
It was really dumb when it came out. And like I remember when we even did like a 6-month like revisit on it last year. And the part that I wrote, I was really bearish on it because I like didn't find a need for it in my life. It wasn't working very well. It was confusing for my family and stuff like that. And now I've like completely turned around because it does like a bunch of stuff I wanted to do now.
Right. And this, I mean, the Spotify thing is, although I will say, I tweeted this morning. I like saw the Spotify news and I sent it to Becky because I'm always trying to get her to use it, and she's like, "The music sucks. It never." Because it does. The music.
It only plays Wilco from your Amazon album.
Yeah. No, but like I have literally thought about signing up for like Amazon's Cloud Locker to just try and improve how bad it is. And I was like, it's got Spotify. And she texted me a photo of her like Logitech UE Boom. And she just goes, "This always works."
So
I was like, that's pretty rough.
I mean, that's a fair argument. I think a lot of people often say to me, one of our video directors today, Mark, was asking, well, what's the difference between that and a Bluetooth speaker? And like, if you are in an apartment or if you're listening to music in one room, a Bluetooth speaker is great. But as soon as you like have multiple rooms and you want to move in between them and stuff like that, a Bluetooth speaker becomes kind of a pain in the neck.
Were you saying that you could pair the Echo to any other speaker?
No.
Someone said that to me.
So I think people wish they could do that.
That'd be great.
Okay,
Because it's not a
I'm not
great
aware.
speaker.
No, it's not. I mean, you don't buy this for the audio fidelity. You buy it so you can yell at the thing and it'll play music.
my only one real question is, do you have to say, can you tell it what you want to listen to, or you just
So
say,
there's a few things that work. I tested it this morning. You could say, Amazon play Spotify. It'll pick up whatever you were listening
Alexa.
before.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can say Amazon or Alexa, whatever
You can
say.
also call
Okay.
it Echo, which I think is really cute.
can you give it a name? Could you be like,
you
I
can't
want
call
you to
it
be called
You
George?
can call it Echo.
You can call it Alexa or Amazon.
And
That's
Echo.
It. No.
No, you can't call it Echo.
100%. Don't make me turn Usher on in my home again. Don't make me open this app and do something stupid. They added
Tweet at Neela and tell him he's wrong.
I'll show you.
Or maybe they added it. And
They
this
added-
is another thing
they
that we didn't
definitely
we missed
added
because,
Echo.
So you could say play Spotify. You could say play a Spotify playlist on Spotify, and it'll play that playlist.
Like one of the ones that they have, or one of the ones that I have?
Whatever's on your account. So if you
Okay.
created one, or if it's one that you follow, or one of the ones that they have, you could
But
say
mine are all named with emoji.
you might be
Wow.
in a little bit of trouble there. You're such a millennial.
Ooh. So are you.
I know, but I know.
I think Dieter's the only true Xer here.
Yeah.
And I pretend.
Look
the
at
best of
this
them.
flannel shirt. I am definitely a Gen
true.
Xer.
Yeah. When he goes home, he only watches Empire Records. That's it. The only movie Dieter owns is Empire
Actually,
Records.
not that good.
And high fidelity.
I
I feel
love-
like Gen Xers love high fidelity.
Oh, did he? This is my theory. Because records are back, vinyl's back, they're going to remake High Fidelity. Who would you cast as John Cusack in the new High Fidelity?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's tough. And then the harder one is who would you cast as the new?
Zayn.
isn't rough. Zane, really? Can you
I
imagine?
don't think so.
Yeah.
Zane doesn't go through breakups. Anyway, that's
There
at least my
isn't really
theory.
there isn't
By the
really
way,
the
I
right
said that
celebrity for
only
that
to
right
troll
now.
Caitlin, who I know is watching this upstairs. I don't know what Zane does. Maybe Zane goes through breakups. Who the hell knows?
I think he just admitted to a relationship this week.
He's ineffable.
That's
That's his quality.
Zane
Ineffable.
news.
His ineffability.
Johnny Ivan Zane wearing a toga.com.
Who? Weird. Can't imagine those two in the same room. Not even possible. Johnny Ivan Zane in Johnny Ives Aston Martin driving way too fast, saying the words minimal over and over again, just in their accents, just pronouncing aluminum any way they want because they can. Who would you cast as Jack Black?
I think Jack Black comes back as Jack Black.
Like 90-year-old Jack Black.
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
Jack Black comes back in High Fidelity too.
No, it'd be a reboot in like a new universe, right? Like J.J. Abrams it. You're like, it's the same universe, and they walk through the door,
it'll be way
and it's all
darker.
of them, but way younger. And he's like, "What happened here?" And he's like, "Top 5 reasons for going to an alternate universe." Who would you cast? Who's the John Cusack in High Fidelity?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough,
I don't have a top of mind. Like, that's definitely the guy.
right? Because those are the only two characters that matter in that entire movie.
So like John Cusack,
and also, I
was-
don't know their names.
He was
I just
kinda-
think of them
he-
as John Cusack and Jack Black.
When was High Fidelity? 99. So like John Cusack was kind of old though then. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't like in his early 20s.
Yeah.
So you could pick somebody who's in their early to mid 30s, I guess.
God, I love John.
Wait, so you can tell that you want to listen to a specific
So you
playlist?
could yeah.
God, I'm trying to get some
Way off track.
information here.
I'm trying to get some tech
You
news
could
out.
say a
Hello?
specific song or album, but you can't do like a station. So if I said Alexa play the National, it won't just play the artist station.
Oh,
That's
That's-
because
they-
it knows better than you. The National. Come on.
It
I mean,
It's
Dan goes home. He's like, he's got
I'm just
got
so
the
sad.
children. He's like playing with his 2 beautiful daughters.
I'm
He's
looking-
like,
I'm
play
looking
the
at the
National.
rain on
Let
the
them know
window."
these dreams will end.
But I think they're going to add that at some point. The impression that I got using it was that it's just like not supported right now. So
this is cool. Should I get one?
Yes.
totally.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I-
And then you can get
They're
some
great.
lights that you can control
I
with
think
it.
they're still on a delay.
like,
Like,
you just go in and like
You know,
Go
my
full in.
apartment is like 10 paces.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I can
it's
get to the lights.
perfect for you.
yeah, I
but
mean that's
Chris Sigler has an Alexa, and he's like, I love it. He's like, I can tell it to turn my room purple. It's like, I don't know what you're doing, Chris, but
Oh wait,
That's so
it was on a
cool.
shipping delay, but now it's not. You can still get one by Monday if you
yeah,
bought it
by
right now.
Monday. Now's your time.
Wow.
If you're in Chicago, if you have Prime Now, they'll just deliver it to you within 3 hours.
I think
We're
they'll
in
do that in
New
New
York.
York too.
There's no Prime Now in New York.
Yes, there is.
Oh, in Manhattan. There's not in where I
Not in
live.
Brooklyn.
Alexa,
So I could get it
deliver
here to
me
the
an Alexa
office.
in
You could literally
1 hour.
Yeah.
Yes, you could literally live the full Amazon lifestyle and have it Prime Now'd to you, so that you can talk to a robot in your home.
Me and Amazon got in a fight earlier this week when I tried to order something in 1 day and it came in 2 days.
You know, I'm going to do a favor
Suck
to our
it, Bezos.
listeners.
Yeah, are you gonna provide them an offer code for an
No,
Echo?
I think that like that. You know, you gave your mom a Chromebook.
Yeah.
So, okay, Google, call my mom.
And turn off her Wi-Fi. All right.
Is
there
that enough
more
Echo?
Echo stuff? I will say, I think everyone was searching for the next big hit disruptive product, and Amazon snuck in the door with something that everyone loves.
Yep.
Everybody who has one now is like, kind of love this
And
thing.
and it's like it's become such a thing where like every week, every Friday they come out with some new stuff. Last Friday it was you can set Missy Elliott or Alec Baldwin as your alarm clock. So like you can wake up to Missy Elliott yelling at you through the Amazon Echo, which is crazy.
Do you keep an Echo in your bedroom then?
I mean, that's where
Does
I
it
use
do-
mine as my alarm
Does it
clock,
do like
so.
the Sonos stuff where if you've got like 5 of them in your house,
Not
they
really.
sync to each other?
No.
Alright.
But the cloud syncs to each other, so they all know what they're doing.
Okay.
But you have to do it from the app.
Right.
Yeah. But like the way that they keep adding cool stuff to it, like, and this thing that's a year and a half old now, or getting to be a year and a half old, is like getting better and better and better and better. I mean, it was the most interesting thing out of CES too, which is like it
Yeah.
wasn't even at CES.
Yeah, no, I just think they accidented it into a new user interface pattern. Like, I have this whole thing that I keep talking about, which is like cost versus value.
Yeah, I mean, the user interface thing, the reason that the Echo is so fun to use is because when you use Hey Siri or OK Google on your phone, you go, OK Google, and you got to wait a beat for the phone to wake up and do it. Or you do Hey Siri and you wait a beat for it to wake up. The Amazon or the Alexa, you can just say, Alexa, turn on my bedroom lights.
I still have to wait a little bit.
No, you can just give it all at once and it will take a second, and then it'll turn the lights on.
Yeah.
So it's like because it's powered on all the time, because it's always listening and being a creepy SOB.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's much more natural to talk to that than to talk to my phone.
My favorite part about talking to the Echo is the little light ring, where you like you say, "Hey Alexa," and then like the light ring goes, brrr, and then it like points at you.
Yeah.
Like, I see you. What's up?
Oh, being recognized.
Yeah.
It's
I
powerful.
will say it does fail from time to time. Like there's 4 lights in my bedroom that I have connected to it, and last night I tried to turn them off, and then it was like, which one do you want to turn off? And I'm just like, so I just started over.
It's like, I'm just going to turn these off for you. There. You've been drinking. No, I just think like it doesn't ask anything of you. You leave it plugged in the wall. If you don't use it, you don't touch it. Nothing about it will go wrong, right?
Other than the $150 you spent.
$180 that you
Yeah, but
sunk
like
into it.
whatever. Like you spend the money, you plugged it in. Like you buy a watch or a wearable or whatever, and it's
Yep.
like you have to plug it in and care for it and wear
Right.
it and think
Right.
about it, and it's got to sync to your phone and that connection. Like you have to care about it. A phone, you have to like baby constantly for the battery. I just think that the idea that the care number is 0 and the value number is high
Yeah.
when you're using it, when you're engaged with it, it like offers. That's like a powerful.
So, related to my article last week, the other thing that's great about Alexa is it is way more open than Siri or OK Google.
Yeah,
There's still partnerships, and I still wish it would do like it was.
they're not really partnerships.
No, they're
Yeah,
definitely
but there's
partnerships.
some
They had to work
there's
with
some if
Spotify
this
to
and
get
that, so you can do whatever. But like there's a
Yeah.
little bit of deal
It,
making.
it doesn't directly talk to the Nest, which is annoying. So I want to say turn my Nest.
the
and it
cadence
doesn't.
of stuff that Amazon has added to what Alexa can understand is way faster
Right.
than what Siri or Google have done on their services, and that's important.
Yeah. No,
That's
and
why it's exciting.
there's one, but there's also there's obviously independent developers just throwing skills into that little
Yep.
store. Like there's one where you can just be like,
Really
Alexa.
dumb ones.
There's really dumb ones, but there's really cool ones. So like there's a New York subway one where you're like,
Yeah.
Alexa, what's up with the subway? And it just tells you what's broken.
Oh my god! I think I'm gonna get this thing.
Yeah, it's cool. And then there's one that's just called L Train, and you're like, Alexa, L Train, and it's like
just cries.
and it's just like broken,
It's down.
so crowded.
It is delayed.
There's like 3 or 4 subway ones, and you like pick, but there's like a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is the little churn that is indie developers,
Yeah.
and they clearly don't have to make a deal to get in this.
You can also
No,
get
yeah.
cat facts.
Yeah, there's like trivia, there's. No. I just think they've stumbled onto something that is. If you're listening to this podcast, you are probably a gadget nerd, and I would say just if you're a gadget nerd, you should definitely think about buying this thing because it's more interesting as a gadget than almost anything else we've
All right,
played.
so I got a question just to wrap up Alexa. What do you want from the next Alexa? Do you want a smaller portable one that you can take out of the house, or do you want a bigger one with better sound?
I would take better speakers, but I would actually rather have what Dieter just said, which is a second, a system that lets multiple of them talk to each other.
Yeah.
But if you could buy one, that
I would
want-
pay
I want
like
little ones in every
$300
room.
for like a better sounding one that I could put in my living room.
If they made an Alexa
like-
soundbar, I would buy it tomorrow.
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Or one that could talk to my existing speakers or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the speaker, that's clearly its weakest, shittiest component.
Yeah.
And convenience just overrides it because I'm always using it in the kitchen.
Also, how dumb does Google feel right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the Google Now box?
Yeah, the Google Now box should be piping up and talking to you all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you have a flight, leave the house.
Yep.
That's what it should do. Are you leaving? That's what Google should make. A box that just
I think
commands
just
you to leave.
need that.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's just really mean. I didn't think I would hit you that deep.
It's so real.
It was a backhanded way to say,
Well,
you're
bad.
late all the time.
Well, I am. When I was in college, I used to think to myself, what am I doing? I'm just going to use a computer in class. Because I would just sit at home and putter and be like, oh shit, I'm late. I'm like, why didn't I just go there and use it there? That's what I was going to do there.
And back then, this was your only computer. You dragged your laptop around. It was your morning computer, your class computer, your night computer.
My morning computer. It's 20 pounds of
I'm old enough
garbage.
where I didn't have computers in college.
No, I meant law school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, same for me in
I
grad
had
school.
I had a
Didn't have-
G4 tower, and
Yeah.
we didn't have Wi-Fi in my law school, though. They put it in at the very end. My last year, where everyone was
All
like,
right,
this
old
is
man.
the stuff.
Are we going to do a lightning round?
We have so little time, but we should.
All right, yeah, we got 4 minutes. All right.
True lightning.
What do I got? Well, hold on. Nicola, you left Facebook. Tell me about it.
I left Facebook in 2010.
but you're back on it. It's just on here. I don't know why it's on here. That's it.
We were-
Lightning.
we
we were
mentioned it.
we've been promising to talk about Nicholas saga on
'Cause I-
Facebook for like 5 episodes.
The very short version is I left it in 2010 because I was like, this ship has sailed. Trust me. Because
Yeah.
I also was first to leave MySpace, and I was right. And LiveJournal. So I was like, all right, I called it. Facebook's done. We're done. And then it keeps like being around. And then I rejoined it when I decided I wanted to be on Tinder 2 years ago, and would like go off of it and then go back on and then go off of it. And then, yeah, now I'm off of it again. And it's so freeing because it's one less place for people to bother you.
Yeah. Lightning strikes. Dan, you bought a new TV for the Super Bowl.
I bought a new TV to
What'd you
watch. I bought a
Oh, 'cause you're a
Vizio
Broncos
4K.
fan.
I'm a Broncos fan. I was in the market for a new TV anyways because I had a
It's the
720p
moment.
plasma. But I'm just gonna watch Peyton get pummeled.
What'd you get?
I got a 55-inch Vizio 4K.
Yeah, people like that one.
Yeah, it's very well rated.
Right.
So I like it. It's cool.
New Uber logo.
No,
Yeah?
pass.
Why don't you like it?
Just
It disappears on my phone. I can't because the white and the black were so easy. Oh, there it is. Like now I'm like ugh.
Yeah.
So
Fades.
it's
Also, why is it sideways?
so here's
Just
the thing.
make it
It's
a
a
U.
circle with
Just
a with
make it
a
a U.
little black thing in the middle of it,
Which is the
and then surrounding it are 4 like lines, like curved lines. And so if you're driving, don't do this, but if you can,
If you're
look at the
driving, you
Uber
don't need
logo on the icon, look closely at it. And I can't take credit for this idea, but just briefly consider that it's an illustration of 4 people trying to share a single toilet.
I mean, you can look at it and see 4 people playing cards around a card table.
No. There's 4 butts and there's clearly some streams and
Oh wow, it's definitely 4 butts. Quattro butts. Yikes.
yeah.
Oh man.
That's real bad.
Sorry. Can't
Okay, well there's that.
Yep.
Hang on, let me go back to this list. Alphabet news. Big spending.
They were the biggest company. I don't know if they still are.
They're not anymore.
They're not anymore. They were
that lasted
briefly
a day.
for a minute.
Back and forth with Apple's
Yeah.
biggest company in the world.
They're spending a bunch of money on their big bets and whatever.
Here's my question. Why don't they break out Nest? Isn't Nest like a consumer hardware company?
Yeah. Nest
Why is that in the other bets section?
what's going on with Nest right now?
That's a solid question.
Yeah, no one knows.
They bought Dropcam and then they're just like, yeah, we're
Well,
around.
in 2015, they refreshed their entire lineup of products. Like they came out
Yeah.
with new thermostat, new smoke detector.
I get the
new
feeling
camera.
that Protect is still really buggy.
Yeah.
The new one is better than the original one. but
Right.
Still though, why is
not a product I would recommend. you
why
spend
is
130
Nest
bucks on.
not
Just
just
save your
dominating
family.
the Internet of Things? Why is there like Brillo and something thing and then HomeKit and like
Because Amazon's eating their lunch.
I guess.
Fair.
I don't know. I feel like I need to see something new from Nest.
Android Wear Marshmallow update. Don't even know what that means.
So they've been sneakily just like a bunch of the original Android watches had Wi-Fi. A bunch of the newer Android watches have speakers.
Like
and
this Huawei watch
like
I'm
that
wearing.
Huawei watch that Dan's wearing, and so they are starting to push out the update that lets the speaker work, so you can make phone calls with it.
They're also adding some goofy new gestures.
Well, yeah, but the gestures were on the last update, and now it's for other
there's
ones.
more gestures,
There's
yeah,
more
more
gestures.
gestures.
With the only.
But
Drake
the
can pull
irony of
off.
this to me is that the watches are getting Marshmallow before 99% of the phones that are in use have Marshmallow.
Yeah.
It's called the Viophone Biz.
If there was any better talisman for the death of Windows Phone, I think the Viophone Biz is it.
So just to let the audience know,
Biophone Biz.
the Viophone Biz. Sony
B-I-Z.
used to have a laptop line called the Vio.
Okay.
It was like the coolest Windows laptops are Vios, in my opinion. Laptops didn't make Sony any money. They spun out Vio as its own company. Vio, it's now its own company. It was like last year, right?
Yeah, they were.
And now it made a
Into last
phone.
year's.
Now it
for
made a
business-
Windows phone.
for business professionals.
I don't know if it's
for biz.
I don't know. I don't know
For
who
doing
it's for.
business.
But
They
it's
should
called,
call it the bid.
but it's called the Biz, the B-I-Z.
Yeah.
The Vio. The Vio is spelled in all capital letters, V-A-I-O.
Yep.
Phone with a capital P.
Yep.
Biz with a capital B.
And the phone itself looks like something out of like 2011. It looks
I
like an
mean, Sam really
HTC.
likes
from, like-
Sam called it the sleekest Windows phone ever, which is like
Sad
coming
praise.
in first place at the.
Yeah.
loser- don't
I mean,
even
they
know
were
what the
all
phrase is.
plastic. Now they made one made out of metal. Viophone Biz.
Biophone.
Only
Biz.
in Japan.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's something about it, right? Like this weird zombie company making a weird zombie,
Zombie phone with a zombie platform.
super crazy name, right? Like,
It looks like other things.
yeah, I mean, it looks like
It's
a
very
phone,
generic, yeah.
but that picture is bonkers. Okay, Dieter, I'm just gonna say these words to you:
Oh God.
USB-C.
Oh God.
Yeah, Dieter's had a time.
Yeah,
Dieter proffered me a cable that would kill my computer.
I did. I told you not to plug it into your
He
computer.
gave me a cable. He's like, never plug this into your computer.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like, what should I use it for? He's like, use it to charge your phone. I was like, what if I plug it in my computer? He's like, it'll kill your computer.
It killed my computer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So the deal is, like, bad USB cables could fry anything, but traditional USB devices don't pull that much power, but USB-C devices can pull as much power as they want, and so they can like break stuff. And Amazon especially, but like also the USB Implementers Forum, the standards body that's in charge of the Universal Serial Bus Standard, is doing a terrible job protecting consumers from these terrible products. And everybody involved, Apple, Google, USB-IF, should have seen this coming. Of course, if you make a cable that you can just like any rando can like solder some crap together and sell it, people are just going to do that, and then people are going to buy them. If the cable has to have resistors and protective bits in it, then like demand that. So I'm real mad at a bunch of companies for not being more aggressive and more, I don't know, having more foresight that this would be a problem.
Do you just have a picture of a USB port opener in your computer?
It's the Bio
Oh,
Biz.
it's the VB.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the old.
that-
And
Does
it's
that have
using
USB-C?
micro USB.
All right, Nicola, you get one lightning round. You've been quiet the whole lightning round, except for
What?
the first one.
Are you gonna assign me something
No,
or
just
just
throw it out there.
anything in my head?
Give me a news hit. Yeah, give me a lightning news hit.
Make Neeli react.
Phoebe Philo's leaving Celine. It's crazy. These words mean so much to you. Just like all of the words you've said mean so much to me.
That's
That's the big news. I mean, that's the like.
that's-
I
really,
want to.
like,
I want to know what you think about the new Fitbit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
also want to know what those words mean.
The new
previous
Fitbit
words.
Alta.
It's called the what?
the Fitbit Alta.
Is it only for tall people?
Why?
Never mind.
Dieter just made a Latin joke.
It's Spanish.
Maybe.
Spanish.
I don't know.
was
But it's their most fashionable
romance
device
language.
yet. That's
Yeah.
their language.
It's like
And-
they dressed up their old ones, right?
It's like, yeah, it doesn't do anything different. I mean, well, they say it does some things different, but not things that you can't accomplish on other devices.
Yeah.
But they made some pretty bands for it. It's very slim compared to the other stuff they have, but it's still not like the slimmest or like the cleanest looking one out there. But they're going to do Tory Burch edition. They're also going to announce another fashion designer collaboration during Fashion Week, and I'm extremely interested to see who they work with.
So I have one thing to say about Fitbit, and it's like obviously they have a very successful business. They're doing very well. But Nick Stat pointed this out yesterday. If you go to Fitbit's website, there's like a bunch of Fitbits that are marginally different and hard, really like almost impossible to tell apart. And like I don't understand that at all.
I feel like in person though the sizing is pretty. It's like, oh, that one's big, that one's really big, that one's not as big. Like
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can
that's
tell.
basically
That
But I know,
one's
yeah,
presidential.
in the pictures they do kind of all look the same for sure.
Lauren Good wrote a really great story this week about how the fitness tracker industry just keeps powering along regardless of this Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Fitbits are a thing. Like I think all the other ones might consolidate or fail or disappear.
Or get bought by bigger companies. Like Misfit was bought by Fossil.
Right.
Yeah.
But like Fitbit has a brand. Like people know.
Yeah, I mean it's like
It's the
this new
thing-
one is going to dress up the inside of your
Yeah.
drunk drawer really well in 6 months.
Oh.
Are you
It's
wearing it right
definitely-
now?
No, I'm wearing this Pebble
Oh, you're
watch.
wearing the Pebble,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
have been wearing a
The
Jawbone
step counting of that
up
pebble
band.
is pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm only one day into
Well,
it.
they just updated it. Maybe it's a little better.
Okay.
But I've been wearing the Jawbone up 2, which I think is the least offensive, like most like fall in line kind of tracker that there is.
I really
And-
like that new Misfit that we saw at CES.
Oh
The
my god,
cylinder,
yeah, but it's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not out
So it's not really an option, but I want that one for sure. But yeah, I've been wearing that one and liking it, and I've been deep in dueling with my friend Claire, and I don't know how she's doing it because she's a freelancer and she is getting so many steps.
Wait. You should call that your friend Claire on the
Yeah.
Vergecast. Is she gonna listen now?
No,
No.
but she. Okay, well, whatever. It's different.
Get into it. Get into it.
She loves referring to me as like she'll tweet like I'm in a foot duel with like fitness wearables expert. like she assigns me these ridiculous titles. It's so good, and I know she gets so much joy out of beating me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real rough. Wait, tell me about the Celine news, and we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, I mean, so
Do it for the normals. You can do it.
I know I'm working
Tone it
really
down.
hard. Phoebe Philo's rumored.
Who is that?
She's a designer,
There you
fashion
go.
designer. Is rumored to be leaving Celine,
Which
French
is?
fashion house. I'm trying to think if there's any tie-in that I can give you that would
Does
give it
Celine have
context.
like Celine clothes are their own branded thing, or do they own other brands? Or
They're their own thing. I think they're part of. Fuck, I'm gonna get this wrong. They're part of a larger luxury group, but I don't want to misspeak. But yeah, like Kanye West loves hype checking, referencing Phoebe. Like Phoebe is like one of those words. It's like one word, like Phoebe, and everyone knows who that is. But rumored to be going to Alaya, which would be interesting. But there's a lot.
that's another fashion house.
Yes,
Okay.
there's a
We
lot.
gotta get you on the show with Micah. Is like what I'm hearing from this conversation. Yeah,
We gotta
How?
meet. We gotta meet.
You haven't met Micah?
No,
it's real. It's a situation.
I think so. Make it happen.
You know, Jameson's gonna be here next week.
My guys.
Jameson can be on the Vergecast next
There you
week.
go.
Well, I won't be
It'll
here
be-
because I'm gonna be at Kanye.
Oh my God, who's gonna be on the show next
Ziegler
week?
and Jameson.
Just Chris, Jameson. I don't know. Free for all upstairs.
Yeah.
Fight to the death.
Mice Will Play episode.
It's gonna be crazy. Next week on the Vergecast, I will say this: next week at the Verge, gonna be insane.
Yep.
Dieter's gone.
Yep.
I'm gone.
Yep.
We're all going to his wedding.
Yep.
Helen's gone.
Yep.
Ross is gone. TC's gone. Casey's gone. There are other people on vacation. Trey is gone. Michael's like all the people in charge of the Verge like gone next week.
Why are you telling them? They're
There will
very
still be
smart.
content on The Verge. I just want to say that.
There will be content, but my instruction is that I think next week should be the weirdest possible week.
I wish I could be here for it, but
Just let people wild out. Who knows what's gonna happen next week, man?
at this time next week, Kanye will be doing his Madison Square Garden simultaneous, the album being played in full, presumably by him, but that's not confirmed, and the fashion show, his third collection.
Yeah.
So it's like going to be, it says it's 90 minutes long. I don't know how long it'll really be, but I'll be there.
Then
8th row.
You're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Are you dual filing for Racked and the Verge?
No, I'm not doing shit for you.
And that was the Vergecast, everyone. Ended on a little sharp bite of hostility. That's how you want to end a show.
Bye.
Who knows if we'll be here next
No,
week?
you got to do your socials.
Oh God! Oh, don't you?
Go follow,
God damn
Google
it.
The Verge and find the thing you want to find. You know, like that's what it is. Do you know how to use stuff? It's Verge everywhere.
Do you know how to use stuff.com? And then find that.
even
Here's
the Snapchat
what
is
I will
just
say.
Verge.
You should follow The Verge on Instagram. Search The Verge on Instagram. Our Instagram game, pretty good.
They started following me this week.
There you
Well,
go.
not so good then.
Instagram, Verge Instagram, about to be bigger than Wired Instagram. It's a
I was
thing.
gonna wait.
thing.
I was gonna slow play.
I know. I'm just in the game
You're
to
just
win.
thirsty. All right.
Just get on there. Find your friend's phone, pick it up, and subscribe to us on Instagram.
There's a million podcasts you can listen to. There's Control Alt Delete, which I mentioned earlier. ESP is every week now, which is awesome. What's Tech is also awesome. And over at Recode, Peter Kafka and Recode Decode just interviewed Chet from Starry about his insane internet millimeter wave thing, and that is a good listen as well. And yeah, you can find all that stuff over at iTunes. That's where, even if you don't use iTunes, and really you shouldn't, go there and give us a review anyway. I am at Backlon. Nilay is at Reckless. Dan is at DC Seifert with an EI. Nicola is Nicola _ Fumo, FUMO. I still think there's an extra O in there. I don't know why. Thanks, everybody.
Fumu. Rock and roll.